Plus women wears can be tricky when making them sometimes, not talk of making of a short or a trouser. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. This is an African print, also known as Ankara, which I've gone ahead and folded them into two. This fabric is giving South African vibe. Don't you align with me? What do you think? It's giving South African vibes. So here the fabric is folded into two, and I'm starting off by drawing a certain point line. So by this side, this is that I folded into two. That's the double fold, which is a pant. So there's no need for double folding. Like you don't need the point, the edge. So here I'm trying to create a certain point line by this side too, because we're going to be adding our sewing allowance to that as well. So this we're going to be starting my measurements from. The space I left, I'll be using it for my sewing allowance. We'll be starting off with our vertical measurement. So that's my certain points line. From there I'm trying to get my clutch. My clutch is 14.25. Remember, this is for a plus sized. So try and take your clutch measurement well. Either you are using out seam minus in seam to get the clutch, or the person seated on a chair, like a solid chair. From the waist you take it down to the surface of the chair. That's how to get your clutch. So but I'm using 1.5 inches for my waistband, so that's why 1.5 inches is where my tape is on a certain point line, and so that I marked 14.25 with an extra half inches for joining the waist to the waistband. You get, so in total I have 14.75 as my clutch. Then we're going to take in our short length. I'm using a length of 23 inches, which I'm going to be adding an extra 2.5 inches to it. So you can use 2, but I prefer using 2.5 inches for it. Yeah, so I'm going to extend my measurement to the other side, after which I'm going to connect it with a straight line. That is CL, meaning our clutch line, and this is FL, meaning the full length. The other one is the sewing allowance of 2.5 inches, which I'm going to be folding in after sewing. This is also important in case the person maybe, let's say, person be like she wants to extend the length, you can just loosen it up and extend it. So by that waist, I came in by 1 inches from the waist, and from that 1 inches, I'm going to start. That's where I'm going to start the placement of my waist measurement. So just come in by 1 inches. This also will help in giving it a curve by the waist. So I prefer doing it like this way. So our waist measure divided by 4 is giving us 11.75, and that I place it there. Remember, I came in by 1 inches there, so plus that 1 inches will be 12.75. I'm trying to get a straight line, so I'm going to create that straight line from the waist to the clutch. Yeah, I'm trying to get a waistline, a straight line. I'm extending it to the clutch line. So to this other end, I will try and curve it to the crush, like extending the waist, but because the crush length is long, it's for a plus size. So my pattern master couldn't get a curve like straight at once, so I had to draw a straight line, and then I'm going to be curving it a little to get the bump shape it gets. No part of a human body is straight. So yeah, that's a little curve there. And we'll continue to other measurements. So we're going to be placing our flap measurements. You measure your flap, that's what which some people call tie, divided it by 2. And to that we're going to be placing it there. So I have 17.75 as the flap measurement. In order to get the 45 inches degree angle, that's the extension on the tie, I'm going to place a measurement. Just measure from there to what you have at the flap, from that straight line to the place of a flap measurement, measure it and divide it by 4. So mine is 5, I have 1.5 or so. So that should be the minimum you can go. Like, shouldn't get that deep, so the person can have a little bit of space. Like, person can sit down comfortably, but at the same time there will be no flap. Like, there will not be bulginess at the thigh. That's the importance of this. There's no trouser when it's flappy. You get that bulginess giving, ah gosh, we don't like that. So this is how to get a perfect trouser flap. So when the person stands up, it's laying straight. Sit down, you can sit down, you can stand up, and it's giving what it's meant to give without creating a little bulge or whatever. So I connected it with my French curve, and I'm trying to use my hand to get the perfect curve that I want. You see my way I place my measurement, I just came out a little by 0.25. So that's it, and I curved it in. We will be getting the midpoint of our trouser, that is from the beginning to the flap, and then just divide it by 2 to get the midpoint. And after getting the midpoint, we're going to extend that middle, that same measurement we have for the middle, to the full length. This is to make the trouser to be center. You get what I'm saying? To get this middle point, and then from that midpoint we're going to be placing our full length circumference measurement to get. So you can see the mark I gave on the clutch and the mark I gave on the full length is the same. So that's the midpoint we're using. I hope you are following. Please have any question, do drop it in the comment section. I'll be there to answer you as quickly as possible. Yeah. So here you can see placing our full length measurement, circumference measurement. That's your, if the short is stopping by your knee, the knee circumference, or if it's above that circumference, you're going to divide it by 4, which is division by 2, because you're going to replace, when you divide it by 4, you're going to be placing from the middle of the line to the other end, and from the other end middle to the other end. That means in total you divided your circumference by 2 inches. I hope you understand. You following the way I place my tape, you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, what you did is you divided your full length circumference by 2, and then we will extend it to our clutch line. Follow the placement of my master pattern. If you have a French curve or a hip curve, that can do as well. So follow the placement and do your connection. So the secret to getting a perfect trouser, especially for a plus size or even for a normal size person, do I say normal? Nobody's abnormal though. Is to get the flap measurement. Once you get the flap and your clutch, it will give you a perfect fit, definitely. So yeah, just do your connection, and then our trouser is almost ready. Always try blending. always try blending any pointed edge off of your pattern. No part of your human body is pointed or straight to get. So that's I blended it out. And then we're going to be placing our sewing allowance or seam allowance. I'm using 1.25 inches for my sewing allowance, 1.25. So I added my seam allowance to the sides and I redid my connection. And to other side, the clutch and the other end, I added 0.5 inches to it. And so that we're going to be cutting them out. First of all, I'm going to be cutting out the full length, like the extension I gave, 2.5 inches extension I gave to the full length. I'm going to cutting that out first, and I'm going to be folding it in before cutting. Just follow what I'm doing. You just cut it out and then fold it in so that you have enough room. Like folding it in and cutting it to create more room for folding, so that not when folding, so that what you cut, like the width is shorter or bigger than what is meant to be. Then to create a rough edge or rough finishing to the fold. I just folded it in and I cut my trouser out. After which I'm going to open it up for you to see what I mean by that. It's going to give it more room for folding. The end or hemming the trouser will be short. After cutting it out, I'm going to be notching my full length. That edge I gave 2.5 inches so as a guide while sewing. Okay, for our back, I've also folded the fabric into sew as usual, and I'm placing the front pattern on it. This is going to be a guide to the cutting of our back. The back is also as simple as easy as the front. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your question in the comment section. So here at the end, I'm going to raise it up by 1 inches. So I marked up my 1 inches. And to the clutch, I'm going to extend it out by 1.75 inches as well. And then for this side, I'm going to be coming out by 3.5 inches. You can come out by 3 inches as well. For this person, I'm using 3.5 inches for it. So I'm going to extending that clutch by 3.5 inches after I've come down by half inches from the clutch extension. I'm sorry you can't see that, but you're going to be seeing that very soon. So also at the full length, I came out by 3.5 inches as well. And to that, we're going to be connecting all our dots together. So here I extended the starting point of our trouser to the up as well, and then I shifted it to connect my dots properly. But as usual, my pattern master couldn't get the whole point, so I'm trying to connect it one after the other, after which I'm going to use my free hand to blend it out. Believe you me, once you can make clothes for a plus size person and it fits them properly, trust me, they'll be your clients for life, because not everybody can make their clothes, and they like wearing looking good as well, just like every other person. So once you can make a clothes for a plus size person, trust me, they'll get you more clients, more referrals, and they'll always be a returning customer. So here, let's do this together. Just follow what I'm doing and you're going to get it. You get. You can also ask your question. I'm here to answer you. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do turn your notification bell to get notification whenever I upload a new video. So yeah, to the waist too, I also extended that curve slightly. Like I came up by 1 inches at the waist. So I'm trying to extend it slightly to the tip of our trouser. And to that, we're going to be cutting it out. The other side of the trouser remains the same. There's no extra addition. It's going to be the same as the front. And then we are going to be cutting them. Then over to our sewing machine. So I've also cut a lining for the front strap pants, a bit short, and the back. You see the line is shorter than the full length. So this is lining for the front, and the other one is for the back. I've also gone ahead to cut my band, my 1.5 inches band. I have a video on how to that's a YouTube short, or how to cut a waistband. This is a 1.5 inches waistband, 2 for the back and 1 for the front. I put a hairstay, as you can see. So that's our waistband. So over to sewing. So we'll be starting off by folding the hem of our lining. So don't forget to create a marking to indicate the wrong side of your fabric, as it can get confusing sometimes. And then you're going to be attaching our lining to it. I'm going to be sewing this together to be a one piece. I'm going to be sewing this together for the two sides of the front shorts. So here we are done with the front, and over to the back we're going to be doing the same thing for the back, hemming the lining and then sewing it together with the fabric to be a one piece. We have more detailed tutorials on this channel. Please do well to check them out. So we are done attaching our lining to the fabrics. For this short, I'm not going to be adding a zipper fly, but I have a video on how to sew a zipper fly. So if you're interested, please do check them out too. So for this short, our zip is going to be by the side. You get, for this a plus size, she has a tummy. She has a more bigger tummy, so she did not want to have any any design going on in the center of the shirt, so that's why we are going for a side zipper. So for this shirt, we're going to be attaching our zipper to the side, not to the center. That's the point I'm trying to make here. So here I'm trying to cut out the excess lining, like any lining that's coming up by the side. I like my wears being neat. You can use a scissor machine to hem or weave the clothes before starting up the sewing proper. That's better. But for this video, I'm sewing it straight, after which I'm going to be hemming it later on. So to the front pattern, we are going to be sewing them together. This is the front pattern. We are going to sew them together at that crotch by 0.5 inches. That's inches sewing allowance I added while cutting it, remember. And to this, I'm going to be stitching it twice to avoid splitting open. Get know how embarrassing that could be. So I'm going to be sewing it twice to be firm. We are going to be adding a corporate pocket, that's side pockets, to this pants. So that I'm trying to mark these out. Initially I marked 1.25 inches, which is our sewing allowance I added to the side, and from that 1.25 I came extra in by 1.75 inches for zipper for our pocket, and the length is 7 inches, and to those two I notched them. So I'll head over to my pressing table and I'm going to press it like this. I want to press it like this. I have a video I dedicated to sewing or attaching these pockets, but I'm going to be seeing that as well in this video. In case this and it's not clear to you here, you can check the other video out, but we are going to be explaining it as well. So this is the fabric I'm going to be using for my pocket. This is a squared fabric. It's 14 by 14 inches, and this I'm going to be using it for my pocket. So placing the wrong side of the pants to the wrong side of the 14 inches fabric, that's the wrong side. Yeah, placing them together, you're going to be sewing it. So you saw how I flipped it, and I'm going to be sewing close to that crease line, the line I created from my pressing iron, from pressing the fabric. So I'm going to be sewing close to it, not on it. So just watch as I'm sewing them. So I'm going to be sewing it together that way. Then I open this up as seen. So I'm going to be sewing this on the pocket. See, I'm trying to sew this down so that it will not be bulging out from the pocket, just to be at a place. You get what I'm saying? So stitching it down so it's to make it be in place. So picking it up at that crease line, you push it to the other side, and then you're going to be sewing on it. This is front part of the trouser, so we'll try and make sure that your stitch is very straight, and this I'm going to be sewing it down. This is as simple as ABC. So follow my guide, just do it as I'm doing it. Within a minute, within 3 minutes, we are done with sewing this pocket. So you're going to be opening it up as seen. You're going to open it up. Remember that we're having 1.25 for our sewing allowance, and 1.75 inches for our zipper. That's what we took out from the trouser. So here we're going to be placing it. As you can see already, the pocket is already formed. So that's a 1.25 I marked, and this is the 1.75 inches that we are using. So I'm going to be placing this trouser to touch that point, and they're going to be sewing it down at the waist and also at the other end. So can you see the pocket? Can you see what I'm seeing? So yeah, that is it. So give a notch below your stitch, like a 0.25 notch. So when giving this notch, you're going to be notching your pocket bag at the same time with your trouser, just like a little notch. And you're going to flip, after which you're going to flip to the other side and notch the center point of your notching bag. This is going to help in closing up that space. So put your hand into your pocket and bring out the pocket bag. Just bring out the whole thing out. And with the help of the notch we gave to find the center point of the trouser, we're going to use that to stitch the pocket bag. Just give it a curve if you want it curvy, or a squared pocket. For me, I'm going for the curvy one. So just give it that curve and stop at that notch that we gave. You're going to see that notch there. You're going to sew and stop right at that notch, and then we will be trimming out the excess. If you have a scissor machine or a weaving machine, you can go ahead and weave it at this point and then leave it. But if you don't have a scissor machine, then follow the next step. So here we're going to be turning our pocket bag just as it was before, and then stop stitch it, just because we don't have a scissor machine, it's not weaved. So to cover up that rough edge inside the pocket, we're going to be top stitching them. So over to the other side, we're going to be sewing it just as we did for the other pocket. Join our squared fabric together, and then we're going to be stitching close to the crease line. So here, tack stitch down the other side of the pocket to the pocket back. Just stitch it down to be for the other side. picking it up at the crease line and pushing the other all the pockets back the other way. I'm going to be stop stitching it here. Make sure the stitch is straight because this is the front part of the shirt. Open it up. Mark your 1.25 sewing allowance, 1.75 for your zipper open for your pocket opening, and then stitch it down. Getting the center point of your pocket, shape it out and then cut out the excesses. So this is it for our zipper, but the two side of our zipper is now ready. So heading over to attaching the band. So I'm attaching the front band. As you see, that's I'm sewing it by half an inch, just and what we left for attaching the waistband. So over to the back, I'll be attaching the waistband to the back as well. Just watch and see how I'm going to attach the waistband. I'm going to join the center of the two back shirts. So I'm just going to stitch it first, attach the other one, and then I'm going to be joining it together. So trimming out the excess to make sure that it's straight with the pants on the two parts of the back pants. So opening up the pants, placing the two pants together and opening up the band, I'm going to be stitching it together by half an inch. Just equalize them to make sure that they're equal at the joining. Then sew it in by half an inch. Then before closing up the band to make sure that ensure a neat finishing there. So opening up the band, we're going to be stitching it together, like stitching it down. Open the band, then we're going to be opening up our seam allowance, fold it in, and then top stitch on it. Now it's time to join the front and the back together. So placing the right side facing each other, this is the front of the pant, and then we're going to place in the back on top of it. And I'm going to be stitching it by 1.25 inches, which is our sewing allowance I added while cutting the pants. Also, we're going to be using a zipper for the side, so we're going to be leaving out the zipper space, and then from there we're going to continue our shaping and shape the trouser on both sides. So my zipper, I'm using 12 inches. You can use 12 inches or 12.5 inches for it because this is a plus size person, so that the bumps can enter freely while wearing it before zipping it up. So this is the side I'm going to be attaching my zipper. That's why I left that space. And over to the clutch, you're going to be placing the clutch together like, and then we're going to be sewing it down by half an inch that we added. I'm going to sew it down by half of an inch, and then our trouser is almost, our shirt is almost ready. So over to attachment of the zip, I'm using an invisible zipper here. I'm trying to sew down my zipper on both sides. So I'm done attaching the zipper, after which I'm going to be hemming the shorts by 2.5 inches that we used, and that is it. Our shorts is now ready. Hope you, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, like and share. I will see you on our next video. So this is my zipper. So how neat it is. Yeah, stick around, more amazing content is coming your way. So this is our 2.5 inches. I'm going to fold it in, double fold it in, give it a press before sewing it down for a neat finishing. Thank you for sticking around. Bye.